Well, folks, you know how I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that America hates women? Because as we speak, America is telling 1 in 3 women that they don't matter, that their traumatic histories are no big deal, that daughters, sisters, wives, mothers, grandmothers, nieces, aunts, coworkers, and friends aren't really suffering from the fallout of being molested, assaulted, groped, or graped. That men who do these kinds of things can also be revered leaders. That dozens of women, and allegedly children, never really suffered at the hands of the Republican nominee, even the one who sued and had a jury of his peers find him guilty of sexual assault, indeed grape. America doesn't care that Trump fits the prototype of the kind of man that causes 1 in 3 women to have PTSD reactions to men like him. The kind of man who reminds 1 in 3 women that bad men get to wash the slate clean as long as they promise tax cuts and unfettered racism. Who cares if it's triggering every single time the monster makes a speech, or denigrates a woman, or puts his sweaty hands on his daughter's waist? Why should the most horrific experiences of women's lifetimes be considered when choosing a leader? America wants the guy who talks tough, even if 1 in 3 women know just how weak and pathetic a man has to be to permanently harm a woman who's just shopping at Bergdorf's. In America, it's man on top, even if the man climbs on top without consent. In America, 1 in 3 Republican voting women not only have to squash their most catastrophically devastating experiences to worship the guy who perpetrated exactly those kinds of experiences, they also have to squash the reality of 1 in 3 of the women all around them. In America, Republican mothers whose daughters may have been preyed upon don't consider the message they send by cozying up to the kind of man who preys on mothers' daughters. Power trumps depravity. The guy may have assaulted dozens of women, and allegedly children, but he's the guy the men want. So, sorry daughters, don't focus on the trauma and you'll be okay. As long as they hate libs, guys who make America dangerous for women can even be elevated to savior status. 'Cause sure, Republican men might have daughters who they're supposed to protect from harm, but boy, some of those men who cause harm sure are funny, and who wants to hassle the buzz of being in the club? It's just easier to blame the short skirts or the mixed messages that men like the Republican nominee take as invitations. 'Cause in America, women don't mean anything, and they might as well get it through their heads that no matter what a man does, he's not going to have to answer to the crimes he committed against women. In America, if women object, we'll just call them cat ladies, or feminazis, or horse faces, or lowlifes, or dogs, or women not worthy of graping. Yeah, in America, 1 in 3 women who shudder at the thought of the potential leader of the free world being just like the men who stole their senses of safety are shit out of luck. Because America hates women. And if you're an American who supports Donald Trump, so do you. Yeah.